Have you ever wondered how our ancestors made a living thousands of years ago? Let's take a journey back in time to the dawn of civilization when the first occupations were formed. Our ancestors were not CEOs, programmers, or baristas. They were hunters, gatherers, and farmers, the original entrepreneurs, if you will. These roles were not just jobs, but survival tactics, shaping the fabric of early human societies. In the beginning, there were hunters, the brave souls who ventured into the wilderness to bring back food for their communities. They were skilled trackers, patient observers, and swift runners. They knew the behavior of their prey, the best times to hunt, and the most effective ways to catch their quarry. Hunting was not just about bringing home the bacon, so to speak. It was about understanding and respecting the balance of nature. Then there were gatherers, the preservers of knowledge about plants and their uses. They knew which berries were ripe for picking, which roots could cure a fever, and which leaves could wrap a wound. Their knowledge was invaluable, ensuring that their communities had a steady supply of food and medicinal herbs. In essence, they were the first pharmacists and botanists, their wisdom passed down through generations. Farmers, on the other hand, were the pioneers of food production. They were the ones who discovered that seeds could be sown to yield crops, that domesticated animals could provide a constant source of food. Farming allowed our ancestors to settle in one place, to build homes and to form communities. It was a game changer, propelling humanity from nomadic life to settled societies. These initial occupations were critical in the early stages of human existence. They laid the foundation of cooperation, resource management, and community building. Each role was a cog in the wheel of survival, contributing to the bigger picture of human evolution. As societies grew and developed, so did the need for more specialized professions. But that, dear listeners, is a tale for another time. With the advent of settled societies, a new range of occupations emerged. As humans transitioned from nomadic hunters and gatherers to settled farmers and city dwellers, we began to see the birth of a concept that would forever shape human societies: craftsmanship. In the earliest civilizations, craftsmanship was born out of necessity. People needed pots to store their food, so pottery makers came into being. Blacksmiths emerged, forging tools and weapons from iron and bronze, driving the progress of technology. Weavers spun and wove cloth, providing the rudimentary societies with clothing and textiles. These craftsmen were not just workers, they were artists, innovators, and pioneers. These new occupations played a pivotal role in the evolution of human societies. Craftsmen created objects of utility, yes, but they also created objects of beauty. Their work was not just functional, it was also a form of expression. They told stories through their creations, leaving a tangible record of their cultures, beliefs, and ways of life. And it wasn't just about art and culture. Craftsmanship had a profound impact on trade. As craftsmen honed their skills, their creations became sought after, not just in their own communities, but in distant lands as well. Pottery, metalwork, and textiles became valuable goods to be traded, fostering connections between different societies and cultures. The emergence of craftsmanship also led to specialization. As societies grew and diversified, so did the crafts. There were blacksmiths who specialized in weapon making, potters who were known for their intricate designs, weavers who created textiles with unique patterns. This specialization allowed for a greater variety of goods and services, further enriching the societies. So you see, the birth of craftsmanship was more than just the creation of new jobs. It was the dawn of innovation, the beginning of cultural expression, the catalyst for trade, and the precursor to the complex economies we see today. As societies became more complex, so did the occupations. But remember, it all started with the simple potter, the diligent blacksmith, and the creative weaver. They were the trailblazers, the ones who set the stage for the world we live in today. As empires and kingdoms rose, so did the demand for a new set of occupations. This period in human history was marked by the emergence of roles that would shape civilization in profound ways. Let's start with the scribes. These were the men and women responsible for the written word. They captured the events, the decrees, the stories of their time. In a world where literacy was a luxury, Scribes were essential to administration and communication. They were the thread that wove the fabric of bureaucracy, preserving records and enabling the smooth functioning of empires. They held the power of the pen and in doing so shaped history as we know it. Then there were the soldiers. As the territories of empires expanded, so too did their armies. Soldiers were the backbone of these vast empires, safeguarding borders and enforcing the will of the rulers. They were the enforcers of peace and the harbingers of war. Their role in shaping politics and influencing the trajectory of their civilizations cannot be overstated. And let's not forget the architects. These were the dreamers and builders of their time. They designed and oversaw the construction of the architectural marvels that still stand today. Their work was a testament to the grandeur of their empires and a symbol of their cultural sophistication. The pyramids of Egypt, the Great Wall of China, the Colosseum of Rome, these icons of human achievement would not exist without the architects of the past. These professions, the scribes, the soldiers, the architects, were born out of necessity, but they evolved to become pillars of their societies. They shaped the politics, the warfare, and the architectural landscape of their time. They were not just jobs. They were vocations, pursuits of passion that left a lasting imprint on the world. The rise of empires and kingdoms gave birth to occupations that left a lasting impact on human history. A significant shift in occupations occurred during the Industrial Revolution. This monumental period of change, spanning the 18th to the 19th centuries, brought about an evolution in labor that continues to shape the world we live in today. In this era, the world saw the rise of new professions, each playing a unique role in transforming societies, economies, and lifestyles. Among these were the factory workers, the backbone of the Industrial Revolution. They manned the machines, maintained the equipment, and assembled products. With their sweat and toil, they powered the engines of industry, making mass production possible. Then came the engineers, the architects of innovation. These were the people who designed the machines, built the factories, and laid down the railway lines. They turned ideas into reality, crafting the tools and structures that would fuel the Industrial Revolution. Their contributions paved the way for rapid advancements in technology and infrastructure, transforming not just the workplace but the very fabric of everyday life. And let's not forget the railroad workers, the lifelines of the Industrial Revolution. They constructed and maintained the railway lines, operated the locomotives, and ensured the smooth transportation of goods and people. Their work connected cities and countries, shrinking the world and accelerating global trade. The Industrial Revolution did not just change the way we work, it changed the way we live. It ushered in an era of mass production, mass consumption, and mass movement, shaping the world into a global community. It also brought about new challenges, such as labor rights and environmental concerns, which continue to influence our societies today. But through it all, the workers of the Industrial Revolution stood at the forefront, driving the changes, bearing the burdens, and reaping the benefits. They were the ones who built the world as we know it, brick by brick, machine by machine, rail by rail. The Industrial Revolution marked a major turning point in the history of occupations. It wasn't just a shift in jobs, but a seismic shift in our world and the way we live in it. In our modern era, the landscape of occupations continues to evolve at a rapid pace. The birth of the digital age has given rise to a plethora of new professions that were unimaginable just a few decades ago. Consider software developers, for instance. These digital architects construct the very fabric of our online reality, creating the apps and software that power our daily lives. From the social media platforms we browse to the online banking systems we trust with our finances, software developers are the builders of this brave new digital world. Then there are data scientists. In a world where data is the new oil, these professionals mine, refine, and interpret this precious resource. They are the ones who convert raw data into meaningful insights, helping businesses make informed decisions, predict trends, and understand their customers' behaviors. Without data scientists, we'd be lost in a sea of information, unable to discern what's valuable from what's not. And let's not forget about social media managers. In an age where online presence is paramount, these individuals curate a brand's digital persona. They interact with followers, manage advertising campaigns, and monitor online trends, all in a bid to keep their brand relevant in the ever-changing digital landscape. These professions, born from the digital age, have had an indelible impact on our lives. They've shaped the way we communicate, do business, and even how we perceive the world. They've made it possible for us to connect with people from different corners of the globe, make transactions with a single click, and have access to a wealth of information at our fingertips. But as the digital age continues to evolve, so too will the professions it spawns. With advances in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and virtual reality, it's exciting to imagine what new occupations might be just over the horizon. As we move into the future, what new occupations will emerge and what will be their significance, only time will tell.